What's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and welcome back to another Mac Miller Monday. Today, we are going to be reacting to Conversation Part 1 off of Swimming. This was suggested by Max. So thank you, Max, for the suggestion. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell if you want to see more Mac Miller on the channel every single Monday. Which, by the way, guys, one more week after today, we're going to be checking out the last track we have left from Swimming, and then we're gonna be changing over. There's a poll on the channel right now asking who y'all want to see instead of Mac for the next month after that. Just as a little change up, come back to Mac fresh afterwards. So take a look at that. Let me know in the comments of this video who you guys would like to see for that month while we take a little break. But let's get right into this. Let's see what Mac has to say. Let's see what Conversation Part 1 is all about. Let's get it.
We ain't on the same shit. No way.
It's nice. We have this very faint metronome that's hanging out. It almost feels like it's right at like the top of my head, just coming through. I like the feel of that. Feels like a heartbeat almost.
We ain't on the same shit. No way. You ain't from my planet, we don't speak the same language. This is an occasion, ain't it? I'm feeling good and hating. Shit, I don't recognize these faces.
Okay, so before we get too much deeper, song's called Conversation, and Max starts off saying we from different planets, we don't speak the same language. How you gonna have a conversation with somebody that you can't talk to? I don't know, I guess we'll find out.
We don't speak the same language. This is an occasion, ain't it? I'm feeling good and hating. Shit, I don't recognize these faces. Yeah, where you from? Who you came with? Started in the basement, made it way above the top. Now I'm in the spaceship, and the spacious, shit is spacious. Where your life is.
Okay, nice. I really like the slow construction of this. Having a very bare beat at the beginning, no drums even, just that slight metronome. Then we have Mac's voice come in front and center, the emotion very present. And then we have this drum kit come in, and it's powerful and it's present, but there's a slightly muted sound to it, almost like the drums are contained in a small room and they're recording the drums from outside the door. I love the feel of this. Let's keep it going.
Made it way above the top. Now I'm in the spaceship, and the spacious, shit is spacious. Where your life is basic. All you do is sit around the house, you getting faded. That ain't entertainment. Yeah. You
Facts, man. Yeah, long gone are the days of sitting around just getting faded being like super entertaining. That's now you just get sleepy as the years goes on.
Yeah. You missing every single shot that you ain't taking. Hey kid, you could use a little bit of your imagination. It could do you right, improve a life you busy wasting. Said it's your money if you make it. Otherwise.
Okay, so we're getting a lot of bars, at least in this little section. You know, talking about like, come on, kid, you're gonna miss the shots that you don't take. It's your time, don't waste it. Gotta go up and get your money. Very much emphasizing, go, get up, do it yourself, make your time worthwhile, do something of purpose with yourself. Find your purpose, even. You know, if you don't know what it is, start looking. You'll find something, especially when you start looking.
Wasting. Said it's your money if you make it. Otherwise, it's just a conversation. Okay, why you always hating? Lacing up my sneakers, I'll be running out of patience. Yeah, it ain't your.
Lacing up my sneakers, I'll be running out of patience. Nice wordplay there. Sneakers to running, then running out of patience. We go from, the wordplay, the literal, the figurative. I love the way that flows.
Patience. Yeah, it ain't your money till you make it. Otherwise, it's just a conversation. We ain't on the same shit. No way. You ain't from my planet, we don't speak the same language. This is an occasion, ain't it? I'm feeling good and hated. Shit, I don't recognize these faces. Yeah, where you from? Who you came with? Started in the basement.
And we got like this slight, it's maybe piano and it's kind of up in the top. It's faint, pulled back a little bit, but it's just adding a nice atmosphere to the track. There's a lot of little elements mixed together, and I mean that's how everything is. It's the puzzle, the drums, the bass, the whatever that you're putting into the track, of course. But just that little outside extra little tuning that it gives to it. Let's bring it back a little bit.
Recognize these faces. Yeah, where you from? Who you came with? Started in the
And it's like coming in on the upbeats. So it adds to that like syncopated feel. And it's such a satisfying, just a satisfying feeling.
basement. Made it way above the top. Now I'm in the spaceship. In the spaceship. Shit is spacious. Everybody famous. Everybody wild. Everybody dangerous. Get a couple dollars. Now they act strangers. Now they wanna
That layering just popped through like, y'all saw my eyes just pop open. I wasn't ready. Hold up. Let's hear that again.
spaceship. Everybody famous. Everybody wild. Everybody.
It's interesting, like, just like pushing Mac's voice to the front for like a word and then bringing it back. And I'm gonna have to listen back to this a couple times on my own, but I wonder like what they changed with his voice to give that effect, because his voice goes from being like very smooth and uniform with the beat, and then it really hits like kind of in almost like grating sound to it, where it kind of really cuts straight through everything. It's like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to listen to right now. Kind of a little smack to the face reminder of what you should be listening to.
Everybody wild, everybody dangerous. Get a couple dollars, now they act strangers. Now they wanna give a couple statements. When you really bout it, you don't say shit. Pocket full of aces. Take over my city, yeah, that's really home invasions. All my homies with me getting busy, no vacations. They ain't on my wave, but they waving. Stop it, boy, you.
They ain't on my wave, but they waving. Great flow, clear bars, and the real thing that's coming to me right now is the power of how Mac's just been pushing through this whole time. We really haven't slowed down, had any big gaps, not even really a hook or anything. Just keep pushing on that verse and the emotion and the power, but there's also this layer of melancholy to his voice where it feels like he might be a little sad or maybe feeling a little empty. But regardless of that, he's still aware of the knowledge he's spitting out. And maybe this track is him reminding himself, you know, when we talk about music, somebody told me at one point, this guy TJ that I had a fantastic conversation with a little while back. He was saying when he writes a song, he asks himself who sang it and who am I speaking to? So like which part of you is saying these words, and who are those words being sent out to? And sometimes it's to yourself, sometimes it's to the audience, and all the other possible permutations within that. And obviously when you put a song out, it is intended for somebody to listen to it. But what mindset were you in while you were writing those lyrics? And maybe this is a conversation Mac is having with himself, because He knows what power he has. He understands his capabilities. But sometimes that's the hardest part when you know that you gotta be the one to get out of bed and make you breakfast and sit down and start producing and start writing. And it's all at your fingertips and everybody's looking to you. But you have to get up and do that every day. And sometimes that power is all can be overwhelming because it's nobody else's responsibility. It's nobody else's fault if nothing gets done. It's all on your shoulders. Either way, let's keep going.
Running through your savings. Yeah, I just feel amazing. My head up in the clouds, but my feet be on the pavement. Yeah, it ain't your money till you make it.
Head above the clouds, but my feet be on the pavement. I like that. I also just like the comedic concept of imagining like a really long, like Mr. Fantastic style Mac Miller, just stretched from clouds to the ground.
Otherwise, just a conversation. We ain't on the same shit. No way. You ain't from my planet, we don't speak the same language. This is an occasion, ain't it? I'm feeling good and hated. Shit, I don't recognize these faces. Yeah, where you
And we got like it's kind of like bongos, or it almost gives me a woodblock vibe, but it doesn't sound sharp enough to be a woodblock. But some just nice little percussion type sounds coming in the bottom. There's a bunch of these tiny little layers that they don't add a lot, but just a couple little hits here and there, and that flavor it gives this vibe of just like a bunch of separate parts that aren't necessarily supposed to be associated with each other, as if it's not necessarily a song, but almost a soundscape that he's existing within and telling this story. And this is the music is the world that this story happens within, as opposed to the instrumental being part of the story.
from, who you came with. Started in the basement, made it way above the top. Now I'm in the spaceship, and the spacious, shit is spacious.
Okay. And we're ending just like that. I love those horns. But yeah, man, I think we can look at that song kind of as a symbol, of all the different little things you got going on in your head and how they're all part of you, but they're all also separate. And you bring them all together, and sometimes it can be really overwhelming to do that. And the conflict that you can find within yourself in the process of doing so. Either way, great track. I really enjoyed that. That's one of my favorites I've heard from Mac in some time now. So that was Conversations Part 1. Thank you again to Max for the suggestion. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell. Be thinking about what you guys want to see when we take that month break. Coming up not this week, not next week, but the week after will be the first Monday in a little while without Mac on it. So let me know what you guys want to see for that. Much love to everybody in the No Shoes gang, and I will see you all next time.